So good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for coming this evening. Welcome to Let's Make a Deal, Going Big, Building Our Community, Exploring Section 37 of the Planning Act. How's that for an exciting title? My name is Gillian Mason. I'm the Executive Director of the Centre-for-City-Ecology, and I have the distinct honor of moderating this session this evening. Your hosts this evening are ourselves at the Centre-for-City-Ecology, but also the Resilient Neighbourhood Economies program of the Metcalfe Foundation. The Centre-for-City-Ecology is focused on city building. And in fact, its origins lie in Jane Jacobs' notion of a city ecology and what makes up a city ecology. The city's physical, economic, and ethical processes. So when you think about this, the ecology and the Centre-for-City-Ecology, think Jane Jacobs and all the working pieces that fit together to create this event. So our aim at the Centre-for-City-Ecology is to assist members of the community to develop and articulate our highest aspirations or visions for our communities. And to do that, we do several things, including holding public events like this one, where community members can increase their knowledge and therefore their ability to proactively engage in planning and urban design and land use issues, in short, to improve your ability and our collective ability to build this city. So tonight, our hope is that this is an introduction to part of the world of planning. And our hope is that we'll all leave this evening with a fundamental understanding of what this beast called the Section 37 of the Planning Act is, what it was intended to accomplish, how it's been used since it became part of the Planning Act in 1983. We also want to learn if and how the community can become involved in identifying suitable uses for Section 37 dollars. And equally importantly, we're here tonight to learn what Section 37 is not. There are lots of myths and misunderstandings about this section of the Ontario Planning Act, and lots of learnings. Many people in this room have had first-hand experience with Section 37. As city builders, it's important for all of us to understand many of the tools used in planning and development, and this is but one. In the larger picture, in this city, as we all know and observe every day, there is a great deal of development activity in downtown Toronto. One of the busiest, as I hear from planners who work around the world, one of the busiest cities in terms of development in the world. Yet 60% of us in Canada live in the suburbs, and it's going to be subject to the next wave of development. So it's important that we all, downtown and in the suburbs where I live, learn from one another about how to use tools like Section 37. As a community, we can all contribute to making our neighbourhoods more livable, more lively, more resilient. So we have a great opportunity tonight, a wonderful opportunity for those of you who have had little or no contact with Section 37, to take advantage of what we hope you will feel as a safe space to ask some of the more difficult questions you may not have had the chance to ask in other places about Section 37 or the Planning Act or any of the many terms you may hear tonight. I would put a special request out to those of you who are well versed in or deeply experienced in Section 37, special responsibility to your colleagues in the room who are not so experienced to help advance their knowledge of city building and Section 37. So this tonight is to be a conversation after two expert presentations so that we can raise our collective knowledge about this important piece of legislation and how it is used in the city. So we have two eminent folk who very quickly agreed to join us tonight, for which we are very grateful. Patrick Devine will speak first. He is the head of the Municipal and Property Development Group at Fraser Milner Casgrain Lawyers. So Patrick assists landowners and developers in achieving approvals for significant development and redevelopment projects. That means that Patrick has worked with some of the country's largest developers, property owners, and institutions. He's very experienced at the local level and on appeals to the Ontario Municipal Board, and I'm sure Patrick will explain what the Ontario Municipal Board is in plain language for us. Patrick is also recognized in the American Lawyer Guide to the 500 Leading Lawyers in Canada, so we're delighted to have Patrick with us here tonight. Also with us tonight is John Gladkey. John Gladkey is a professional planner with more than 35 years of experience. He was a senior director at the City of Toronto's Planning and Development Department, where he was responsible for developing the city's comprehensive zoning bylaw and the official plan. More recently, John managed the preparation and implementation of the Regent Park Revitalization Plan and the zoning bylaw for Canada's largest housing project, and that received the Canadian Institute of Planners Award of Excellence. So with that, I would just like to finish by saying that we have one rule for our rules of engagement, apart from being respectful and helpful and all that sort of thing and collaborative, and that is that we need to check our language this evening. If one of us speaks in jargon, not while they're doing their presentations, but when we're in the Q&A, please raise a hand if it is not clear to you or you think that we're using jargon, because it's tremendously important that we speak plainly so that we can understand and fully embrace what our two speakers are saying tonight, and to learn from one another. And so with that, Patrick, I'll turn the mic over to you.